What up, YouTube? Brokefarmer back to the video on this beautiful day. And I keep getting asked the question, should I fertilize my fruit trees in the winter? Well, I'm gonna give you an answer, but it ain't the popular Google answer. Stay tuned. First off, let me say it's a two-part answer to this, and this is strictly my opinion. Do your own research. Don't listen to some guy out in his backyard telling you what to do with your fruit tree. You know what I mean? All right. So the two types of trees it is deciduous and evergreen. Now on a deciduous tree, prime example, my Santa Rosa plum, I would not fertilize in the winter. Once these trees drop all that leaves, these trees are going dormant and sleep for the winter. So all that time over the winter, those roots down there that you can't see under all this mulch is still thriving and growing, and it's going deeper searching for nutrients. So when you fertilize a tree, you energize that tree and tell that tree, hey, it's time to do something. It's time to grow. It's time to fruit. That is not the time for these trees. These trees want to sleep over the winter. Let them sleep and let that root ball build up and get super strong. Another example, this Anna apple tree here. Now, should I put fertilizer around it? All the leaves haven't fell off yet. It's still a deciduous tree, meaning it doesn't need fertilizer yet. If we are truly mimicking nature, nature drop these leaves, they turn brown in the wintertime and they fall to the ground. So that is their fertilizer. That's all they need. That's how nature designed it. So don't mess with how nature do business. Wait till the spring, right before the trees wake up, and give them a good dose of fertilizer. And that should be enough. They're gonna drop a couple leaves down and they're gonna sit there, and over the winter they're gonna start breaking down, and they're gonna have access to them in the springtime. Also, if you stay in a climate that freezes, it's hard for your fruit trees to uptake those nutrients when the ground is frozen. Those little feeder roots and everything under the soil are starting to die, and it's super hard for these trees to uptake nutrients in the wintertime. I would say no, do not fertilize your deciduous trees in the wintertime. It just can't uptake the nutrients that you put down in, and it's all about saving money and not wasting money. Now the second part of that are evergreen trees, and I'm gonna break these evergreen trees up in two parts. This is my loquat. This loquat is in the ground. Same thing with that. I don't want to fertilize this one in the ground. First off, I fertilized it when I put it in the ground earlier this year. And I don't want to over fertilize a tree that's super duper healthy. Loquat is in the ground. I want it to starve a little bit for nutrients, because that's gonna make those roots go deeper. Them roots going deeper, looking for more nutrients, more healthy things to keep the foliage up top going good and being strong. Now, if you give a tree too much fertilizer nutrients, those roots won't go deep. So we want to encourage deep root development, especially this being in the ground less than a year. So we want these roots to go deep. We want these roots to develop and get strong. Now these are my citrus trees in here. I'm sure y'all familiar with these trees if you watch my channel at all. But I will fertilize these over the winter. I have a 4-month fertilization program that I do with my citrus trees. And the reason that I fertilize these citrus, especially in containers, because all the nutrients these trees receive is the nutrients I give to them. Other part of that, these leaves grow all through the winter. So they need a little extra boost. So I definitely will fertilize my citrus trees in containers, because remember, they can't go down in the soil and get their own nutrients, so you have to provide those nutrients for them. Second part of that, these are evergreen leaves. They're not going to drop their leaves, so you have to keep feeding them to keep their leaves healthy and keep them going. And a lot of these trees, if you really keep them warm over the winter, they will still flower. It's my grapefruit. They will still flower. So fertilize your citrus in a container, because they're evergreen and they're growing throughout the year. It's okay to do it. Now, along with the first question, the other question, well, what do you use to fertilize with? And that's a two-part answer. Now, when it comes to the beginning of spring, I will fertilize in the spring, and then once the fruit's set, I'll fertilize again with these. Now, probably once a month, I use a seaweed. This is some organic Neptune harvest. I've also used 511, but it keeps your leaves shining and keep your leaves healthy. So in between time, I get a little liquid fertilizer, keep it going, probably once a month. Now let's get to, is it organic or not? Pretty sure this one's not organic. It has some good stuff in it. Bat guano, humic acid, worm castings, kelp, mycorrhizin, and whatever whatever that is. Now this is organic. Now you can get this Job's fruit and citrus granular plant food from anywhere locally. Probably Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere. But now when it comes to in container fruit trees, citrus trees, it's the best. Osmocote. Now, is this organic? No, it's definitely not organic. Oh yeah, and before y'all go crazy in the comments about me using this stuff here, does this look familiar to y'all? Anytime you ever buy a fruit tree, you're gonna see this either in this color, almost a clearish color, or a green color. I've seen trees when you buy it. So hey, you can knock me if you want, but I'm just getting them what they used to have. Not because it ain't organic or nothing like that. It's a long story. But these are, let's put it back down because I've used it. These are the fertilizers that I've used in the past. Going forward, the only one I will use is this Job's Organic and this Neptune Harvest Organic. Only because these are locally. I can get this stuff locally. I got Neptune off Amazon, but I find another local place to sell Neptune now. So this is local, and this is cheap. This Job's Organic Fruit and Citrus, it's probably $7-8 tops. So you can't go wrong with that. Now, in all honesty, besides this Osmocote, every other fertilizer I've used, especially granular fertilizer on citrus trees, are all the same. And I used some Job Spikes last year. I had my worst fruit year ever. So definitely, I don't like the stakes, is what it is. So I'm gonna use this going forward because it's cheap and it works. That combined with that will be my mix going forward. And I don't hardly have anything in here anyway. But not that I'm trying to be super organic. It's just local and the price is right. And this Osmocote, I've been doing a lot of research. This Osmocote, don't get me wrong though, everything, if you don't care about anything else and you just care about growing, this Osmocote gets the job done, especially for container citrus. This Osmocote is awesome. But like I said, I'm gonna move that out the picture because I'm not gonna be using that no more. I'm just keeping it all the way real with y'all. And this is what I be using. This is my combination. This is granular and this is my liquid feed. 3 times a year. No, 2 times a year. Couple times, once a month during the growing season. But right before fall, I might get a couple more hints during the winter. Just a few more hints. But I do believe in fertilizing over the winter, just not too much fertilizer. All right, y'all, let's do a wrap up. At the end of the day, however you feel you should be doing your garden, do your garden like that. Organic, synthetic, whatever you want to put in your garden is strictly up to you. Don't be swayed by anything I say in a video or anybody else say in a video. Do what's best for your backyard and how you feel comfortable gardening. But do your own research. Do a lot of research, because I get information off Google, I get information off other sites, and then I put it together with what I think makes sense to me and what I've seen in my experience in growing fruit trees. Don't have a long history of growing fruit trees, probably a little over 3.5 years. That's how long I've been growing it. So that's what I'm comfortable doing. If you're comfortable fertilizing your deciduous trees in the wintertime, and you think your tree's gonna uptake that nutrients, that's cool. You might be 9A and above. You might want to fertilize all the way through the years. All the way through the year. That's your decision. I'm just saying, this is how I do business over here on Broke Farms. However you want to do business is strictly up to you. But don't blame me if it don't work out, because you got to do your own research, right? You're responsible for what you do in your garden, and I'm responsible for what I do in my garden. P. Now y'all know I had to show my citrus babies off a little bit. Y'all already know. These are my Miwok kumquats coming in. Look at them. And for some strange reason, it's citrus, but they do their thing in the cold. That's when they start to ripen up. I got some nice sized Miwok kumquats this year. And this tree is loaded with kumquats, y'all. Loaded with kumquats. That one there already starting to turn. That's loaded. And this is the other point I was making. This is my lemon tree. I think this is the Meyer lemon bush. And look at that. It's putting on lemons. So these lemon trees produce flowers and growth the whole year around. So yeah, you should be fertilizing. Some old lemons ripening up. Calamandan tree. If y'all follow my channel, y'all was there when I bought this calamandan tree. It's putting on fruit. I mean, its fruit is starting to ripen. And it put on some more buds, but they died out. They died out. So that's why I fertilize throughout the winter on my citrus. Still got satsumas on here. Now look, we ain't talking about this, but look at that papaya. Look how healthy she is. Zone 8A, baby. Find a way to grow what you want to grow, y'all. Definitely find a way to grow what you want to grow. And I still got more fruit back there. I don't feel like moving containers out the way so I can show you. But all that yellow and lemon, probably have good lemonade for Thanksgiving. And that's some pineapple oranges. The famous pineapple oranges, y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe, definitely comment, and let me know what y'all do with y'all y'all citrus trees and deciduous trees over winter. Do y'all fertilize or don't you fertilize? Let me know. Don't have me talking to myself.